Hello internets, Sir Mutton here. We are back, and as you can see, this is a new character. This is for a different series. It's going to be similar to Call of Duty's Road to Commander series, but instead I'm going to call it Path to Grandmaster series to avoid any possible lawsuits. Hi kid. And yeah, as you can see, this is my monk character, hence Grandmaster. Now Grandmaster is obviously very high up. It's level 60, and I'm nowhere near that. This is a level 17, 18-ish character, and he's very twinked out. Don't let the raw silk robe fool you. I've got quite a bit of good armor on me. I believe I have some woos, azure sleeves, lots of other good stuff. And I also have a cane of tranquil and a woo's trance stick. Those are both quite good one-hand weapons, staves as it were. Now the trance stick, unfortunately, its proc does not come into effect until I think 30 or mid 30 level range area, something rather. So yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, not what it could be, unfortunately. But it's still quite fast, and I keep it in my offhand to get up the one-hand skill, and I keep my cane of tranquil in the other hand, in my main hand, to get all those nice high damaged hits, and I do get quite a few in this series. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a hit count here. Bilderberg, that is the dwarf there to the right. I believe he's a warrior. Don't quote me on that, but as I remember it, it's been a while. I think this is like a week and a half old, somewhere around there. I'm having to upload videos, post haste because my computer can no longer hold any more footage, and Fraps is pissed at me. So, yep, that's what's gonna be coming up. Bombardment. Be prepared. Yes, so let's go down the list a little bit more. Zaftig, that is the ogre behind me. You can't see him now, but you'll see his ugly arse in a minute. He's our shaman. He's responsible for heals, and he did heal me quite often, as I off-tanked, and even tanked quite often, because I, well, got aggro quite a lot. And I refused to feign death. I didn't want to do that, because I wanted to get my mend up, my mend skill, and bind wound, but unfortunately I did not have any bandages on me. And a lesson learned, yeah. When somebody sends you a tell out of the blue to join a group, you want to bring provisions so that you're, set. I don't know. You learn. You gotta learn. It's not a forgiving game. That is certainly my I don't know. It's my mantra. And Bentley, okay, moving down the list. Trying to stay on topic. Bentley is our bard, human bard. Always great to have one of those in the group, for mezzes especially. I always like that. I think you just focus in on one mob. Unfortunately, you're going to find a few snags here during this footage of me trying to assist and hitting the wrong mob. I don't know what's up with my assist button, but for some reason sometimes it goes a little defunct, and well, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Sometimes it just doesn't seem to work, but well, that's the beauty of an emulator, and it may even be the beauty of Everquest, because I never actually assisted way back when. I never had a character that needed to do it. I mainly just did clerics and whatnot. So yeah, back on topic. Tampier right there, then is our wood elf rogue, responsible for the backstabs, and he gets quite a few really good ones. And Nilanthius, that is our puller and our tank. He is, strangely enough, he is a ranger, and I don't believe he died during this whole session. I may be mistaken, but I don't believe he did. We'll find out, though. We'll find out together. And yeah, then that just leaves me, the non-pulling monk. I did end up pulling later on. Got a little footage of that, but as I was not, well, not really used to the class, they allowed me to just kind of tag along and put in some DPS without pulling. Later on, they showed me out there, though. They said, "Yep, get out there, start pulling some people, orcs." Yeah, I guess the term would be mobs or orcs. Although I guess orcs are people. They're just, I don't know. People just don't understand them. They're very angry. If everyone just sit down and have a nice little, chit chat, we could figure this out. Have some tea, talk about our feelings. But no, it's just all, hitting and violence, and screaming, and grunting. I don't know. It really wouldn't make for an interesting game if it was just sitting down talking about our feelings, would it? That would be a really bad MMORPG. It really would. I don't think anyone would play that. Um, well, I might for yucks, but I'm not most people. And if you want to make a good sale, you gotta have some fighting and some violence and sexuality. And this game has a lot of that, especially sexuality. Strangely enough, if you see most of the female characters in this game, they're very well endowed. We'll say that. Some plunging, deep cleavages, and very scantily dressed. And I kind of approve, even though it's, I don't know, kind of a clunky graphics. I do like the graphics though, I really do. I wasn't a big fan of the graphics that followed this for EverQuest 1. These seem much more proportionate, and I don't know, I can kind of, buy into the immersion if everything is proportionate. And I like the way the orcs look and everything. And I especially like the zones, especially this one. I don't know, it just has this very Oasis feel to it, and it feels very authentic. Even the sand giants, they're basically Arabs. They're just really tall Arabs. They have turbans and everything, and they'll squash you. And that may have been the reason why I did not come over to this area. I did not venture very far when I first played in this zone. I stayed along the shoreline, and I don't even think I ever got attacked by Lockjaw. I lucked out, but I did get trained quite often. Specters and whatnot. Yep, there's our ogre. We were inside him for a second. So yeah, I wasn't too sure about what angles to try. This is third person. I never really played in third person when I first tried this game out way back when. I always stayed in first person for immersion purposes. Really liked it. But yeah, well, give feedback if you don't like it, or if you do, I don't know. It's up to you. I could go either way. But yeah, this is a lot of fun, and I like the UI as well. The old UI, you didn't have very many options. As you can see, I've got guild chat on the right side, I've got group chat on the left, and everything else in the middle. And that really is very helpful, because when somebody's saying something in group, it's good to know. That way if there's a train or whatnot, you have an idea. Especially when you have a bard in the group, because those song spells, really do take up a lot of space. As good as they are, they can be detrimental if you're trying to read something that's very important. And yep, we got a priest here. We tried to keep these to a minimum, because if you have more than one of them, well, things can go bad. You can have very bad moments. And I don't remember how much they hit for with their spells. I believe it was somewhere around 100, and that was really detrimental to, the ranger and myself. So yeah, we did try to keep it down to 1 or 2, and later on I had one bad pull. Killed most everyone. I believe actually I killed everyone. I don't really remember. I don't have footage of that, but I do have footage of me pulling a lot and doing doing a quite good job of it. Wow, I'm coming up with new words. So yeah, I do like grouping a lot. I never really was much for it way back when. Strangely enough, even though my main was a cleric, I tried to solo on him, and that just, well, it didn't work out. I don't think I understood the class. You can solo with them if you do undead. I believe you can try it with some other mobs. I believe they'd have to be like blue or light blue. It just really wouldn't be very efficient. So yeah, trying different characters now, trying different classes. And I'm liking the monk so far. I believe this will be my main. I will keep other characters, and I will do some footage of those. But for now, it's gonna be the monk. Can't go wrong with monks. And yeah, this is a couple guildies in the group here. Maelstrom, that is the guild I'm in. Actually, there's 3. Yeah, we just got a druid, fantastical, wood elf druid. That's always good to have. She charmed a asp not too long ago. I don't think I have footage of that, but eventually we had to kill it off because he kept turning on her. And yeah, it gave me a moment to make a funny, have a little Samuel L. Jackson snakes on a plane moment. Get these motherfucking snakes out of my motherfucking group. I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm clever. Maybe I'm the only person that does, though. It's not really even my group. I can't remember who started this group, but they invited me, and I was all for it. Getting some good hits in here. 2 7s, that's not really that good, but 15 and 14 and 22. I like getting the last hit, the kill shot. It just feels so satisfying. It really does. Kind of like when you see that your faction could not possibly get any worse. That is always a nice thing. It means you're doing a good job, you know? You've killed a lot. Basically, raping and pillaging Oasis. And no, we're not gonna have a sit down and talk about our feelings. We're not gonna have Dr. Phil moment. These guys really were good. They kept everything within reason, and we never really were in over our heads. And I like that because I got to have some fun. This was a lot of fun. It lasted a couple hours, late in the night. Actually, I think it went on to the wee hours of the morning. And as you can see, even in the game, we're changing day cycles. Our circadian rhythms are all off. You don't actually sleep in this game, strangely enough. I don't know. They're all insomniacs. They can't sleep, much like myself. And yeah, got our orc priest here. 2 of them. Oh, geez. Wow. I wonder how that pull worked. Now, we have a very ambitious ranger on our hands. That certainly is the case. But yeah, our healths aren't going down a lot. Although his is dipping close to 50. If I was on my cleric, I would keep it around 60 to 70. I always like doing that, you know. Unless it was a warrior and they wanted to get berserker, sometimes I would keep it right at the cusp of berserker so they could keep dipping back into it and getting some crits off. I don't know. That was really dicey because a lot of times they'd end up dying. I mean, we'd have some good runs, you know. It'd be like driving one of those really bad lemon cars. and you want to see how far you can get it when you're really low on gas. I think that's a Seinfeld episode, actually. Yeah, that's what it was like. But well, I'm not calling warriors, you know, lemons. I'm not saying that. I like having them in groups. They're good. Hybrids are really good too. I can't really say I have a preference. Really, more along the lines, my preference has to do with who's playing the character rather than what class and race they've chosen. That's really my emphasis. That's what I look for. If I have somebody I'm grouped up with, and then they send me a tell on a different character they have, and they want to group up, I am game. I don't care, you know, what it is. You know, I'll take your half-elf druid. I don't care how bad the stats are. You know, I'll take your gnome cleric. I got one. It's not necessarily about the class or ratio. You know, the combos and all that wonderful stuff. Yeah, or even the attributes. I think you can kind of overcome those if you're a good player. And there's a lot of really good players on this server. Really, really good ones. I consider myself mediocre. Sometimes I have really good moments, especially with heals, and I'm getting better at pulling. Quite good at it. Still got a lot to learn. Can't do it too well in dungeons. I'm a little timid about that. Not the best. I have to admit that. And I haven't learned how to tag yet. I'm sure it's very simple, you know, tag pulling. But well, I always get this, you know, just residing fear that everything is going to go wrong, and I'm going to pull it to the group. Outdoors, I'm fine, you know, because see, look at this. We've got an Icebone Skeleton. He's got a nice 2-handed axe there, and we've got an Orc Warrior, and we can handle ourselves. Everything's fine, you know. I always have Feign Death in the back pocket, and later on I even got a ring that's rechargeable. It has a 1 heal on it. That was quite a good quest. Took a while, but well worth it. It's called a Squad Ring. You'll see it later on. I have it on my hotkeys in future footage. So yeah, well, that about covers it. And until next time, keep those orcs at bay and with their faces in the sand, like ostriches. Wait a minute, did I just say at bay? Oh god, it's kind of like a pun because this is Oasis. Oh man. Okay, let's try to forget about that. I didn't say that. Alright. So yeah, I'll see you around.